Hello, it's Jack and welcome back to another exciting episode of Car Mechanic 2021. I'm so excited today, very good reason. I am doing the Movie Director Challenge. For those of you that don't know what the Movie Director Challenge is, I will just pause right now and I'll put in the rules of the Director Challenge so you've got time to read them. Yes. So you can pause the screen, you can go and read those. Basically, I'm replying back to RPM Games' challenge of doing the level 5 Junkyard challenge. Now the Movie Director challenge, I've got a budget of 4,000, well 150,000. I'm a bit shy of that, but 200 credits, that's fine. Yeah, and that's because I was starting this video and I had to go to the auction and then something crashed on me and then it all stopped working, so I've had to restart the video. What I'm kind of looking for is kind of cars is either an FMW Sentinel, a Jag, maybe a Beetle, maybe this Salem Overking. I'm not going to divulge exactly what I'm looking for in terms of for the movie. But let's go to the car auctions. See 200 credits. That's already 200 credits. I'll just leave this on the loading screen because I just want to chat about the whole challenge of finding a car that's been in an iconic movie. Now that is of course subject to people's own opinions about what's an iconic movie. So I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I will let you know which movie I have placed the car in once I get the car I want. Now I did say I was looking for a Beetle. That's good. Yeah. I think that's probably quite obvious, the film that's been in. But that's kind of the one I really want, the Jag XJS. I mean, it's a good car and it's going to be fast. It's going to be able to do the track time in 1 minute and 50 or less. It's not the fastest car, but it's not a bad car either. Well, there's the Overking. I also want the Overking as well, you see. That would be great. If I had to go to auction on this, what would be the it's only 3.5 grand. Oh, I could smash that. Absolutely. So that was 3.5 grand, right? The Beetle, what's that going to stand me out? Because the Beetle's also a nice little project car, and it's iconic film. I'm going to tell you what the film is. It's Herbie, isn't it? Obviously, yeah, iconic, absolutely iconic. I remember watching that when I was a kid. But that's 18 grand. I don't know what the car version Barger is, if that's got different body parts and all the rest of it. Yeah, so maybe not that one, but so there was the Overking. And then there was the other one I saw, which was the Jag. Sorry, the Supra. What are you going to kill me at? What are you going to set me back, my friend? Ah, 34 grand. That's getting a bit. That's getting a bit rich, I think. The Jag was coming in at what again? Oh, beautiful car, beautiful car. 13 grand. Now that's not bad. That's not bad. That Jag, I mean, it's got a lot of parts. It's a big engine, and parts ain't going to be that cheap for it, are they either? But it is iconic. It really is. It was in Pretty Woman. Do you know that? The actual XJS was in Pretty Woman. Which is, in my opinion, an iconic movie. That Supra is well out, I think, of my price range. And I think if I go to Mr. Expensive auction over here, Rip-Off King, as he should be called. These are all, I mean, these are going to go for stupid. There, I mean, there's one there. What's taking you so long? I can hear the music. I mean, that's in pretty okay fettle, but 44 grand. It is supercharged though. I mean, that's going to fly, isn't it? I might not have to do too much to that actually at 44 grand. But it is a bit rich. 44 grand, I mean that is a bit rich. Yeah, but I don't have to rebuild anything, do I? I mean, it's all there. Okay, well, oh, there's some Beetles as well. Oh, 3 of them. There's one on the shitty site as well. and I was after beetles, obviously for Herbie. But again, they're not. They seem to be a little steep, and that's with even that we're going to the auction. Hmm. Nice looking car. 28 grand. That could actually do it, couldn't it? What's the vehicle type? It's the what? It's the Carrera GT version. I'm assuming I can put any body panels on it at all, can't I? And sell the rest. I mean, estimate at 40. I think I'm going to go with that. I think I'm going to go with that. 28 grand. Yeah, we're going to start with that one. All right, and I'll show you the end plates of how much I actually spend on it. Give me a sec. Well, that was quick. Came in under budget. Came in at 27. So that's the first one. So let's get that to the garage. Now there was another one here, wasn't there? Here we go. Let's just see if there's any more before we pile through. No. Okay, that's good. So let's get this bad boy, or at least have a look how much it is. Okay, so here we are. Oh, this has got all sorts of good stuff, which I can just sell. I mean, it's got loads. Oh, this is not going to be cheap, though, is it? This is not going to. This is the stance version. I don't know what that is. I have no clue. 47 grand, but I've just bought one for which was under budget. I'll be able to sell a lot of parts off this one, I think. If this may be the scrapper, maybe not. Let's go with this one, and then we'll see how much I end up paying for it. I got stung on that. More than 10,000 over white to pay for it. Jeepers creepers. Money is certainly disappearing fast in this challenge, that's for sure. And that's the other one, which I think I'm just going to get. I don't really need to do too much with that. Don't know what version. What's all this rubbish up here, though? 18 grand. It's a little steep. Do you know what? I'm not too happy about that. Let me go back to the garage, and I'm going to come back and see if I can find another one. All right, so bear with me. Okay, so we're back here again. This is actually the third trip now, because the first one, as you know, just crashed on me. But I decided just to continue with that one. There's one there. There's a beetle. Nice one. Is that just the one? There's one there as well. And they're quite common, aren't they, these? So that's going to set me back. Let's just have a quick look at that one. Okay, it looks like the same one I've just looked at before. For fuck's sake. Much better, 6.5 grand. Okay, that's that one, and I don't know what the model is. It's a bar jar. I don't know what that is. Anyway, I'm sure it will take all the same sort of parts and stuff. I hope. So this is the other one. This looks like that GTR version. It's a GT version. It is. Okay. 7 grand. That's cheap. Well, you can just stick around for this one because it shouldn't take long for this one to the auction to end here. With it being on its 7 grand. And that's pretty much perfect, isn't it? You said 7. Perfect, let's get that in the bag. Okay, garage. Leaves me with 50 grand, and it has not escaped me, do not worry, it has not escaped me that I also need to get a camera car, okay? That has to be just as fast. But I'm going to come to that bridge, or sorry, cross that bridge when I come to it. Alright, so let me get back in the garage, I'll give him my thought process, I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, so we're back in the room. This is the GT version, Carrera GT. Okay, so that's one of the versions. Engine is a V10. Frickin' heck, V10. And I've lost money on that one, but that's okay. This one is the Stans version. That's running a B6, which is a Porsche engine. You can see it's a Porsche engine. What was the other one? What engine was that? What's that out of? A V10? That says Porsche as well. Is that a... I guess it must be. I don't know, I'm sorry. You'll have to excuse my ignorance there. But anyway, this one is worth... So, I've lost a little bit of money off that, just 464. Now this one, which was... How much did I pay for this? I paid a pretty penny for this, didn't I? and this is also running the V10. Okay, I'm in profit on that one. Only paid 27,000 for that. So why the fucking hell did I end up paying so much for this piece of shit? At 58 grand. Okay, it's worth it. Okay, I understand. I understand. Okay, so now I've got to decide which one is going to be the shitty car, as in the one that just needs to start, which I'm hoping it's going to be this bad boy here, because I don't need to do much with it. I've no idea what the engine's like in that. I haven't checked anything. I want to kind of... There's a freaking roll cage in it, isn't there? Is there a roll cage in that one? Oh my giddy aunt. Oh, bollocks, and you can't take that out, can you? Oh, well, bugger me backwards. Oh, Jack, you... Okay, I'm back. I know you didn't think I went away, but I had to go and get a cup of tea and a biscuit to calm down. Alright, I think it's actually a blessing in disguise, because I thought I'd overpaid for this one anyway, and I've only lost 464, but if I can just repair some of the body parts and just, you know, get a little value out of this. I don't know how bad the frame is. Let's take a look at the frame. Frames, I mean, it's all... I mean, there's not really much I can do to this easily, well, quickly, to get that value up. But let me go and spruce it up, and then I'll show you what I'm going to sell it for, and I'm going to have to go back to the scrapyard, the auction, sorry, and buy a GT car, and not the stance bollocks bullshit, whatever that is. Okay, quick update. I've repaired all the body parts, and with this being a mod car, you can actually repair these lights too. You can't normally repair the headlights on a car. I've given it a clean, interior, outside, but just for the hell of it. And I've done the welding, and like I said, I didn't think I was going to be able to get much more out of this. It's 461. I mean, I shouldn't really have done the welding. There's not really much I can do to this, so I think the easiest thing to do is just to get rid of it, get some money back in the bank, which is going to be great, and then go out on another excursion to the auction. Yeah, that makes this a lot healthier now, the challenge, because I've already got 2 cars, and I'm assuming that this one's a runner, but we're going to check that after I've got back from the auction. What are we on now? Trip number 5? I think we are. Oh, there's one. Let's take a look at that one, shall we? Oh, it's the same bloody one, isn't it? Standard. No roll cage. Great. Okay, let's take a look at that one, shall we then? But then I guess it's going to say on it, isn't it, it's the GT version before you even go and look at it. That's the stance version again. Would have been easy to buy the stance version instead of the GT versions, wouldn't it? Okay, well that's not happening. Let's go back to the expensive side of things and see what they've got here. Carrera GT, that's what we're after. Is there another one in here? Alright, let's see what this is going to cash me out at. Well, it's the same version as the other one. Let's just double check that, shall we? Yeah, Carrera GT running the V10, that's good. No idea what the condition is. Oh, what am I doing here? Then let's take a quick look at the... It's definitely got the roll cage in it. Okay, we're good with that. 21 grand, we'll have a bit of that. Yes, indeed. So I'll tell you what I make on it. Or what I pay for it, sorry. Okay, not too bad. 25 grand. And it was estimated at 21.7. So, not perfect. But the main thing is now, obviously, I've got 3 cars the same. All I've got to do now is focus on getting those into the correct condition. And then, my friends, is get a camera car. Oh, this is proving to be far too easy. Must be something wrong. Something's wrong somewhere. Okay, so back at the garage. It makes sense for this one to be the first car, the one that can be in any condition, just has to be a runner, i.e. start. Depending on which one of these has got the better, because I can swap the body parts out and all that good stuff and repair what I need. This one's at, engine-wise, 68. Okay. Yeah. Okay, not too bad. Parts on this one are sitting at 50. So this is the worst of the two in terms of the parts. So this one has got the better engine, and this is the one that needs to be the fast one then, I guess, around the track. This one needs to look identical to that one, and it doesn't actually need that engine, but this one needs to run and look like shit. So if that's not a runner already, I can take the engine out of that one, shove it into that one, make that the runner, or just get that one to run, and then I could sell the engine if I needed any further cash, which I don't. 86,000 I've got. Arguably, but I could actually go and yeah, never mind, forget that. So let me crack on, and I'll come back. I'll come back shortly. Well, that was quick, wasn't it? The first thing I actually wanted to do, see if they actually start. Well, that's a runner straight off the bat. You have to put any oil in it. What's going on with that? No oil. Okay, that's not a problem. That's a runner. Be amazing if this was a runner as well, wouldn't it? I might need a seat in there. What are the seats? Bloody hell, I'm glad I got seats in the other ones. Oh, it needs to be in a perfect interior as well. Which means I've got to... Right, well, at least one of them has to have perfect interior. So that seat... Which one's having the perfect interior? It's this one, isn't it? So I may as well just swap that one out now. No, forget it. I won't forget, I promise. Right, let's just get this in here. Get the seat. Don't need a steering wheel to start it, apparently. Okay, so let's get in there. Oh, that's not starting, is it? Okay, so that's not a runner. Okay, then I think I've got my work cut out then. But first off the bat, let's at least get this one to pristine condition. This is the money shot car, doesn't need the engine. So let's work on this one first. I'll go get the body parts out and do the interior. Make it look all nice and snazzy, then I can work on the others. Okay, so we're back in the room. I'll tell you what I've been doing. I've fixed all the body panels and not resprayed them, because body panels I'm allowed to fix any amount of. I've also done the wheels. Now, they also count as part of the body, as I said in the original challenge, but I'll count those as parts. So I've repaired the rims as well, up to 100%. And I've added a little detail here. As you can see, I put blue calipers on. I got that idea from PieNewten when he did this challenge, because the car's got to look good on camera, so I thought, well, why not? Just a couple of points to note. I was talking about taking the engine out of this one and selling parts and all the rest to get the other one started and everything. Bear in mind that I can't take everything off because I'm still going to be able to have these wheels on, and I believe, I don't know, but can I take off the drive shaft? No, I think you can't take off the drive shaft and then put the wheel on. I think the drive shaft has to be present, at least on non-modded cars anyway. The reason why I've not put tyres back on, it's got two different tyre sizes. It's got 265s on the front, 19 inch, and 335s on the back, 20 inch. The reason why I've not put the tyres back on yet, because they are, as you can see from the inventory, they're race tyres, but I don't know how good those race tyres are going to perform on the track. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bad boy out and see how it performs, because this is a starter and this is in pretty good condition. So if I just sit in this one and take to the racetrack, because don't forget I've still got to get this damn thing around the track in 150 or better. What am I doing? What are you doing, Jack? You don't need to start it here, you fool. You have to, you know, kind of take it to the track, my friend. Take it to the racetrack. So I'll take it to the racetrack and I'll see you there. I'll see you there shortly. Okay, so here we are. Now it's a powerful little car, this, so I don't know how it's going to behave. Oh my goodness, it's certainly got the power. It's a bit twitchy. Stupid. Well, yeah. brakes on this one, to be fair. It's going to need better brakes on it, that's for sure. No, this one's not going to be under 150. That's oh, you see, it really doesn't like that. Yeah, I think it needs tweaking a little bit, and I think some slick tyres might not be a bad idea on this. I just got to stop tapping the keys because it really doesn't like it when you. Whoa! It doesn't. Oh, it's all over the place. I'm just. Jeepers creepers. I'm going to get a DUI at this rate, the way I'm driving. I mean, it's not crazy, but I don't know if I want to be able to manhandle it like I am doing. Anyway, let's get back to the garage. Yeah, so kind of until I've got that sorted out. I mean, I can do plenty of other work on the car, but I'm already down to 79,000, and I've still got to get that bloody the camera car up and running and as fast as as fast as it can be. So yeah, let me try and get this one started, because this one's got to be as battered as it can be, which is a shame because I could do with shitty wheels on the front really. I might have to go and see if I can find these tyres or something in the rims in the scrapyard. It's gonna look a bit strange if it's got brand new rims on the front, isn't it? Okay, let me crack on, see what I can do with this, and then I'll be back shortly. Okay, we're back in the room. Okay, so it starts now. If you don't know about the 15% part rule for getting engines started, then go and see my video on 15% parts and the myth about them. Because as you can see here, a lot of people believe that you have to get all the the gubbins of the engine at 15% or better. You actually don't. I'll give you a good example here. We've got some pistons, I believe, in red here. Piston with conrod at 12%. It still starts. So just some food for thought. You don't have to get all the gubbins of the engine fixed. You'd be surprised at how few parts you have to actually get at 15% or better to start the engine. But yeah, go and watch that video. I think it's very fruitful in terms of information. Anyway, now that this is a runner, okay, that's good. If I have enough cash, I'll make all the plates the same for the shots in the film, obviously, because they would all be the same if I have enough cash for those plates, which should have been a stipulation actually, part of the challenge, that all the plates had to be the same as well. But it does say identical body, so really arguably that the plates need to be the same, don't they, as well? Okay, so we've still got the elephant in the room, which is this bad boy out here. As you saw when it went around the track, it was pretty shitty. Now I'm not sure if I get slicks on the back. This is my train of thought here. Commenting below if you think I made the right decision. Basically, maybe I should put 20s on the front as well, or go with slicks on the back, or just slicks all the way around. The thing is, 78 grand is all I've got, and that's not a lot of cash really left, considering I've got to spray them all the same colour, at least this one, the other one, the same colour. I've still got to repair, I think, all the body parts on here, which shouldn't take too much cash. And I can sell some of the bits off this one that doesn't need to run. Yeah, I mean, there's still quite a few bits and pieces in here that I'm sure are worth a lot of money, or at least some money. Thing is, I can only repair. I've repaired 4 wheels already, so I can't really repair too many of these body parts to get them in good condition to make some more money. Don't really have too many parts in the old inventory that I can sell. I had to get a new ECU, by the way, as well on the other one. Well, you can see exactly what I replaced on the car to get it started. So there's a few bits and pieces I can sell. Certainly the windows, but they're nothing. The windows are absolutely peanuts. But what I have noticed, I do actually have another seat here, which I can actually go and fit in the other car, can't I? I could actually sell it. I mean, it doesn't say it needs to have a seat in there, but anyway, either way, let's just put that in real quick so I don't forget. So at least it's got, and I put the shitty steering wheel out the other car in here as well. So that's actually not looking too shabby at all now for the banger, the runner, but being the scrapper, if you like. Okay, so let me crack on, and I'll go with putting some slicks on the back to see if that helps the traction around the track. And the thing is, what I'll probably do is I'll take these refurbished ones here off this car, as in the blue car here, put the slicks on because they're identical. I don't have to, be doing 15, 25 different lots of wheel changes. Let me try that, and I'll come back and I'll show you how it behaves around the track once I've messed around with the wheels. And then at some point I need to go and get a camera car before I run out of cash. Okay, just to add some excitement to the mix, which is always good. Firstly, I bought the wrong tyre size. I bought a 35 instead of a 30, so of course it didn't fit the body properly. It went on, of course, but looked like a load of shit. So I had to go and sell those for half the price. It's still not looking right. What's going on here? Okay, I just need to figure this out. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. I figured it out now. So it's because it's a mod car. It must be. Because this is a slick and this is a race tyre, and they're both the same. So if I quickly take this one off, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I've just emptied my inventory into the warehouse so I could actually see the dog for the trees, because I think I also sold one of the rims mistakenly, which I needed. So this challenge is not going quite according to plan, to be fair. So if you just have a quick look, see they're both the same, 335 30 R20. But one's on a race tyre, one's on a slick, and obviously because it's a modded car, well, not obviously, the only thing I can assume is that the aesthetics of the vehicle are not quite as they should be. But I don't think I can be held responsible for that, and I certainly don't have the cash to go and fork out another £4.5 for new slicks that are thinner that still might not fit. So it's bollocks. It's just going to have to sit the way it is. If I have money left over, I will fix the problem. But in saying that, right now I've only got 71 grand in the bank, and I need to go and find the camera car. So we're getting there, slowly but surely, but I'm going to rush off to the auction. I'm just wondering if it might be actually cheaper to go to the scrapyard to find a decent car there. But that's going to be a shitload of work to get the engine up to scratch and all the rest of it. But let's go to the auction and find out what's at the auction, and I'll be right back. Okay, let's try the cheap lot first, see what we've got. That could be alright, Bolt Atlanta, that's got room for a camera car in the back. That wouldn't be too crazy, would it? And there's two of those. I said space for a camera in the back would be fine. That would also be good, Dodge Grand Caravan. But I'm just thinking, I don't know about the engine size. Yeah, I think that maybe that Dodge Caravan, but it's got to be fast. That's the thing. Well, let me have a quick look at this one, see what the engine is in it. Okay, well, it's got most of the doors missing. I can rip out these back seats, rip out the back's already ripped out. What's it actually running? SXT. 251 brake horsepower with the V6. That should be plenty of power, shouldn't it, to get around in 150. I'm just more worried about the actual handling of it, that's all. With it being a bit, top heavy, centre of gravity and all that, it might wobble a bit. What's the asking price on it? 15 grand. Well, we can afford that. That's pretty good. Just before we go into that one, let's take a look at the Bolt Atlantas. Okay, so that was what, 251 horsepower was the other one. Just have a quick look at this. That's 343 V8 over OHV 6P, but it can take any number one of these engines in it as well, so that could be a possibility. Rims are all the same, and wheel size, sorry, that's good. That won't cost me a fortune. What's the 343? What's the butcher's bill in terms of ask for it? Oh, 3 grand. I mean, that's a no-brainer, isn't it, really? I mean, that's just ridiculous. Because it doesn't need to look good, does it? It just needs to be fast. I mean, that's as simple as it gets. So if I can get that for, like, asking price 4 grand, that's pretty good. Or near as, seeing as they always get ripped off at the frickin' auctions. Alright, paid a little bit over the odds for that, but at least we've got the camera car now, so I kind of know what I'm dealing with. Okay. Back at the shop. That wasn't too bad, was it really? Still made a loss on it. Bloody hell. Must be, I mean, it's not in that bad a condition, is it? Okay, parts are 6%. That engine is absolutely shot, isn't it? Absolutely knackered. Well, in saying that, if there was an engine there, to be fair... Oh, for fuck's sake. I might just go back to the scrapyard and buy another one. There's no engine in it. Oh, seriously? Yeah, well... Okay, it is what it is. So I think what I'll probably do first of all is just... Because what's an engine going to cost me to build? About 5 grand. If I repair all the parts on this one, which I don't think I've done yet... No, the parts are at 67. Get this ready. See what I've got left, and then decide if it's worthwhile building a new engine for that one outside, and get this actually ship-shape. Then at least I know how much I've got left in the bank. So let me get that done, and I'll be right back. Okay. This one's now pretty much done. I've put the other, the slicks on it, so hopefully that will control it a little bit better in the old on the track. You can see that I've spent a bit of money. I'll go through that shortly. So this is currently now body 100%. Frame 78, which that's fine. Part 68, and the interior is 100%. Yeah, so we're gonna have to count the frame as part of the body really. So should really get that welded up as well. Let me just get that sorted out now, and then I'll explain what's happened to all the money. I've been robbed. Thieves came by in the middle. There it is. You see that? That's why I've got less money. Did you see that? Yeah, you did. Let me just weld this up. Alright, another 500 credits out the freaking window. But then at least it gets this pretty much ready for track and you know, for film basically. And that's what we're after doing. So this now should be, I mean, it's only the parts, and that's not part of the stipulation, is it? It's perfect body, rims, interior. It needs an engine. It needs to get up to, it needs to go around the track in 150 or less. Right, okay, so method in the madness here. Let me just shove this outside. Let me just bring in the old girl that's going to be the shitty car, this one. No, this is not the shitty car. This is actually another donor car, and I'll explain what I've done here. So in line with the challenge, right? This was the shitty car, the one that's going to be the banged up one. Well, I didn't have a door on. I didn't have all the bits and pieces, and it does say movie car 1 has to start and run. Condition can be anything, but in line with it being a, you know, it's going to be in a movie. I wanted to kind of make it look as if it's pretty much intact. And having a police door on it, you know, could add something to the movie. You know, maybe it's an ex-police car, whatever. Anyway, the point I'm making is that because I want to put wheels on it and everything else, I had to buy some of these parts here because I just didn't have them, like shock absorbers and these suspension arms and all the rest of it. So there's some new parts on this car, which kind of detracts away from, you know, the overall condition. You know, it's a shit car. It's been found in the junkyard, whatever. So I thought, well, if I got this one, which I did, right, which I didn't pay that much for. Well, I paid 10 grand, I think, for it, which is, alright, I paid 12, and I've lost some money on it. But the method of my madness is that why don't I try and complete this challenge with as much money in the bank as I possibly can? That's my money, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I've only had the 150 that you know, the director gave me. So if I do that, I've already taken, you know, the rear bumper off here, the rear fender off here, shoved it over on that one, and also I've taken off the door as well, obviously. But this, I think, had 2 wheels on it as well, which means I've got 2 wheels for the front of that other car now, so it won't look so shitty with new rims on it. So I've got these 2 rims. I think I've got enough rims to go around now. I had to buy another rim for the money shot car because I've sold that one, unfortunately. I don't know why. So what I'm thinking of doing is this needs. We know this one starts. That's fine. Sorry, this is the money shot car right here. What am I talking about? This one, okay. Doesn't need that engine, but I can't take all of the engine out because I still need the drive shafts in place, right? And so I can't take out the gearbox and the block because I need that to you know, for these to come out of the side for the wheels to go on. So The plan is to leave some of that intact in there so the wheels can still stay on, but the engine will be dismantled, and then I'm going to shove the engine into this bad boy and sell it, thus making more money and a profit, because there's a lot missing here which I can take off the other car. Yeah, all this top end and pick out the best bits. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of work, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to make some money on it. Yeah, so there is a method in the madness there, and so I'm nearly there. I know you're saying, yeah, but Jack, you've got that outside there to find an engine for. You have, yeah. Sorry, I have, yes. Or you have if you want to come and join me and build the engine for me. But I think I'm going to take the hit on this one, and I'm going to build the engine. I've got 45 in the bank. It's going to cost me about, what, 5 grand or so to build the engine. I could go out and find another scrapper like this one, I guess, but yeah, money's running a bit low. Yeah, I've still got to spray these up. Well, not this one. I'm still got to make all these cars the same colour and everything else. Oh, you know, I talked about I was going to make all the number plates the same. Yeah, so they'd all look like the same car, which I guess technically it should have been part of the challenge, but it wasn't called out as such. Well, you know what? Excuse my French, but fuck that for a game of soldiers. Have you seen the price of this? If you want to put a few letters on here, let's say I just want to put in, you know, A. Look at the price of that. Hey, it was going up more. Oh, and I need 2. Right, I need 2. Forget that. I'm not paying 1,700 per car just to have the number plates the same. Oh, forget that. I'll clean me out. Anyway, let me crack on getting this one ready to rock and roll with all the bits off that one and swap all the engine bits out and all that good stuff. And then if I find anything interesting, I'll loop you back in. Otherwise, I'll see you shortly. All right. Okay, this is ready. This one's ready to go. I've put all the shit parts back onto this one, so you know it lives up to its kind of its reputation now. See what I mean? 36, 18, 27, 40. It's all good, eh? All good. That's ready to rock and roll. This one now has all the new parts that I bought to put on that one. Oops, sorry, spinning around like that. And I've dropped the engine from this one completely. And now this is standing at a loss of quite a bit of cash actually, 7,000. So the idea now is to basically take the engine out of the, you know, the money shot car, out of that one, and do all that and see if I can get rid of that police car and make a bit of profit, and then move on to the next bit of the challenge, which is basically take this around the track, make sure it can do it in a good time, and then start work on that piece of shit over there. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Okay, job's done, I think. Oops, so this is now complete. I don't need to do any more work on this. Everything's good on this. Rims, tyres, everything. One thing I did do, which maybe I shouldn't have done, is I put new tyres on this one. They're not the slicks. That has got the slicks on, the same as the stunt car outside. If those slicks do not take me around the track fast enough, I'm going to have to change everything out again so they're identical. And like I said previously, smaller slicks or whatever. So I'm hoping when I take that bad boy around the track, that one, it'll be good. I haven't put new tyres on the front yet because I don't know if I'm going to need to replace those with newer tyres or different tyres to get it around the track in 150. Anyway, this is completely stripped apart from the gearbox and engine block, and now it's all in here. And you might say, well, Jack, why did you bother doing all that shit? Well, two things really. One, I wanted to get it started just because I could, and it does start now, which is great. Takes a little while, but it does cough up and start. But the reason why I've put as much back on this as I possibly can is because I want to sell it and get some more money in the bank to finish that camera car off, and also make as much profit as possible. So you see here, currently I'm actually now in profit because I put that engine in out of the other car and got it started at 2092. And the reason I'm doing it this way is I want to sell the car as a whole because it's worth more money. I'll give you a great example, right? So I've got a stack of these wheels now that I don't need because everything's got wheels. I had more than I needed, and I think I've repaired now 10 parts. So I've got 10 more if I needed it. Anyway, look at this one, 75%, right? It's a 3020. They're all 3020s. I know it should have smaller ones on the front, but because then I'm just going to sell the car, I just want to put wheels on the car, yeah? If I was to try and sell this, right, I'd get 824 credits for it. And this is the method behind the madness of putting stuff back on the car. 824, right? So if you do the math on this, 2092 If I add 824 to that, I get about 2,900 and something, 2,916 to be precise, right? If I put that tyre on and the rim, that's what it should increase it by, right? Well, it actually doesn't. I'm sure a lot of you know this already. Because it's being put on the car, and it was this 71% one here, because it's being put on the car, it can often nearly double the value of the part once it's on the car, okay? So let me just show you now. It's worth 3,740, which is kind of double the price of what that tyre was. So by putting the wheels on the car and not selling them individually, I'm increasing the value of this car substantially to get more money in the bank. Yeah, and you'll see that. I think I've done it in a couple of videos where I've done that. So if I was just to put on all four wheels now, well, that's just the two of them, what are we standing at now in terms of profit? 5 grand. So by the time I put all of these wheels on, I should be standing to make round about, I don't know, 6, maybe 7 grand or something like that on it. Which is great. That's profit, don't forget. So the reason why I bought this in the first place, if you recall, was to get the older parts for the junker outside, so it looked kind of, you know, in line with what the movie director wants. So it didn't have any new parts on it, especially the rims, because that would look shit, wouldn't it? 2 back rims that were all knackered and 2 front rims that were nice and shiny. Okay, so that's all in now. That's actually a runner. That would actually go around the track. Oh, 9.5 grand profit, which puts me back into profit up here. Okay. Well, I say profit puts me, you know, another 20 grand in the bank. So I'll be looking at what, 58, nearly 60 grand back in the bank, which is going to be more than enough money to actually get that piece of shit running. Anyway, without further ado, what I'm going to do now is take this little beastie out on the track, because I just need to start finalising everything now to see if this actually, with these oversized slicks, it looks shit there, but that's just the way it is, as we discussed earlier. Let's actually see if it will go around the track in less than 150 or 150 or less. So give me a sec. Okay, at the track, and if you remember last time with the other tyres on, it was pulling to the right and it was all over the place. So let's just see how it's behaving. Well, it's not pulling to the right, which is nice. Its turning radius is a little short, to be fair. It's a bit of a screamer, isn't it? But it certainly seems better, much better, like night and day. I maybe should have put better brakes on it, to be fair. Yeah, its turning radius is really very large. It doesn't like tight corners. But it's certainly better than it was. Goodness gracious me. Yeah, but it needs some better brakes on it. I mean, it's holding its own. It's not bad. I mean, it's not going to be a bad track time, but I'm not sure if it's going to come in at the 150 mark. Oh, you see, it doesn't like that corner at all. It's really pulling. Who'd have thought that, eh? Little beetle streaming down the track. Oh, this will be a nightmare. Bit of a hairpin or whatever you want to call it. But I think we can actually call this, if I don't mess it up, I think we could call this this one done. Well, I'm not going to waste time going any faster. I think I probably could, to be fair. But let's get back to the garage, shall we? Okay, so it seems that those slicks did work. What I will need to do now is make sure these front tyres, the race tyres, I need to replace those with new ones. And I also just need to quickly paint those brake calipers blue like they are on the other money shot car. So this one's done. This one is a runner, as far as I'm aware. I don't think I've broken anything in the meantime, have I? I don't think so. No, that's a runner. That's good. This doesn't have slicks on. There's no saying that it had to have slicks on and all the rest of it, and it had to be this exactly the same over here. So that's done. That's great. That police car I can sell now, 21 grand. This is done and dusted, all 100% as it should be. Body, frame, interior, all done. Actually, did I weld the frame on this bad boy out here? I'm not sure if I did or not. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, frame and everything. So that's actually done apart from those new tyres on. Arguably, yeah, I should put them on. So now it's just left down to this one with 38 grand in the bank. If I don't sell the police car, for an engine for this one, arguably you could say, well, you could just go and find one and do it a lot quicker, do it up quicker, you know, from the auction, find one with a freaking engine in it this time. But I think what I'll do, I'm just gonna, oh, excuse me. Okay, so we're finally back in the room. I've spent best part of 30 grand on doing all this up, but anyway, I've spent money on other bits and pieces as well. So I painted it matte black, because then it won't reflect any light whilst it's doing all the filming and everything else. I went with the race tyres. I added a couple of parts on in terms of performance, only just 2 down exhaust pipes. It's looking very nice actually, very nice indeed. Just one chair, so there's plenty of room for the equipment as well. Sorry, one seat as I should say. Did the diagnostics on it. It's got 4%, like I said, 2 exhaust downpipes, 2% each. 356 horsepower, so we'll have to see how that comes in on the track, won't we? 2 different tyre sizes, or rather same rims but different tyre sizes themselves, front and back. Put a little roof rack on the top as well. I actually painted these black as well, but they didn't come up as black. I don't know why, so that was a waste of 200. Anyway, and a couple of other bits and pieces, just to finish off, is obviously this needs to be sprayed up in the same colour as the other one's going to be, and I don't know what the colour's going to be just yet. I've done the calipers on this one blue, and new calipers as well. This has already beat the track time, so we don't need to do that one again, but that's looking quite good. And then this was the police car, the donor car. I know this looks shit here, but I'm not going to go into that again now, but that's just the way it is. Repaired a lot of the body parts on it, put some new stuff on that was missing, because I thought I may as well try and get as much money as I can out of it. It's actually not a bad little car now. 27 grand I'm going to make on that, plus the 8 I've got in the bank, plus all the other bits and pieces. So anyway, without further ado, the last thing to do really is to see if this bloody thing will go around the track in 150 or less. So without further ado, let's get to the track. Okay, I think that this is where it's going to make or break it, isn't it? I'm hoping those race tyres are going to make a big difference, but it's a little wobbly, and a lot of the suspension is new. Oh well, we'll see, won't we? It's not too bad. Oh my goodness, those brakes are good. Maybe too good. Probably not going to get the 150 on this lap. It doesn't corner that well actually. It's a little sluggish. Oh, it's going to be tight. Bear in mind this is the first time I've driven it, so I've still got to get used to it. I mean, I'm still not 100% sure how it handles and all that good stuff. Oops. Oh, this is going to be... this is no chance. Oh, no. No, come on. Can we do it on our first lap? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! That's not bad at all, is it? So anyway, let's... amazing. Wow. What a beast. Pretty good, eh? Let's get back to the garage. Well, I'm quite impressed by that, to be fair. How much is it actually worth? 56 grand, bloody hell. Okay, a couple of things you just need to finish up on. One is to get these cars sprayed up exactly the same. So I'm not sure what colour I'm going to pick for these, but let me go and spray them up. Well, I can take that real quick, can't I? It takes 2 seconds, and we've come this far. And we're amongst friends, aren't we? So everything's good. Right, okay. So I want to keep it as simple as possible. Really, I'm a little... Okay, yeah, fine. And what's another 100 credits between friends? Okay, so what have we got? Current colour, factory colour is white. I don't really want that. What about yellow? Would be nice, blingy, wouldn't it? On a gloss. Grey's also quite nice. But let's do it in a bright yellow, canary yellow. That'll do me. Get that sprayed up. Oh, it looks nice with those running boards, doesn't it? So there we have it. Two identical vehicles. I know the number plates are not the same, but that's just the way it is. But yeah, identical. And then of course we've got the scrapper out here, or in here rather. Didn't we? Oh bollocks! I just swapped it out. Anyway, let me go get that, and then we'll just add up a few sums and see what's what. Okay, so I think we're complete. Everything seems to be done and dusted. Just to double check, 100%, 100%, 100% body frame interior, just as it stated it needs to be. This one is 100%, 100%, 100%. No engine, as we know, in that one. And this one didn't need to be, just needed to start, which we know we did. We tried that before. Just some food for thought. The combined value of all these cars, excluding the donor car, the one I'm going to sell, is about 140 grand. Plus 6 in the bank, that's 146. Which is not bad. But anyway, just before we sign off, it's been a heck of a challenge, but there's just a couple of things I want to do, and that is A, to sell off the police car, get rid of that, put that into my bank, because that's actually my money, to be fair, because this is not going into the film. So let's just get rid of this one. That should make it about 27 grand. Yeah, thank you very much. And then we're just going to basically sell all the inventory. So here we are, finally. It's done. Challenge is complete. I really enjoyed that. I've got 37,666, which is ominous, in the bank when I sold all the parts and I sold the car. So I actually did the challenge for, you could argue, about 112 grand, plus a lot of bloody hard work and all the rest of it. But I think it's completed. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be. Kind of pissed off with the fenders over here with those stupid tyres. But anyway, that's just the way it is. And I've got money if I wanted to actually fix that problem, but then I'd have to do the track times again, and I'm not doing that. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the challenge. It wasn't that difficult, like I said, but I think it also, I was quite lucky in the cars that I actually bought. Because they were relatively cheap, and they, I was looking getting those decent engines. I know I fucked up on buying this monster here. There would have been a better way to do this, to be fair. I mean, I didn't need to, I should have gone and bought a different, the same car, but with a running engine, just fettled it up. I spent quite a bit of money getting this looking good, to be fair, which it didn't need to be, but I think it adds to the, it adds to the challenge, doesn't it? I'm sure the director's going to be very happy with what we provided him. Anyway, I know it's been a long marathon, this one. A big shout out to everyone else that is completing this challenge or trying to do this challenge or has done it already. We'll see if we can do some follow-up videos on anyone that wants to post me a link to my email address, or in the chat if you've got something, in the comments, sorry, if you've got something worthy of looking at, which I'm sure you have. So thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for joining me on this marathon, and I really do appreciate it. And Jack is out.